Welcome back. This is another segment of Talk of the Day or One Take Day. Are we gonna call it that? I think we might call it that. I kind of like that. Day night. My bad. Today, I just wanted to go over some things. I was kind of in a reminiscent state of how I'm making content now and how it was all kind of just like, a dream at one point of just making videos and posting it and stuff like that. So I wanted to share 4 things that I learned on my content creator journey, mainly because I want to speak to the type of content creators who are either thinking about starting their content journey, started but stopped at some point, and they're trying to re-kick it up, started but are having an issue with consistency, lastly started but seem to be losing their passion a bit, on the verge of, quitting, and they just need some type of inspiration. Please, this is me telling you directly to you, do not stop, especially if you started. Please, hear me out. 4 things. And if you relate to any of these things, you like any of these things, please make sure to like, comment, most importantly, subscribe. I am trying to build more into this YouTube universe, mainly because I found that there's great value for content creators, especially, and people who are learning in YouTube videos. There's something very valuable in being able to put out this type of material after a month, years. People can still go back to it, find that same video, and use it as a piece of resource for them to be able to build on things that is still true today, yesterday, and tomorrow. YouTube is tough for that, I'm not gonna lie. Let's get started. Here are 4 things, and if you stay to the very end, I will have a bonus 5th feature that I think is very important. You're not gonna want to miss this because honestly, it's a complete game changer in my opinion. And if you have any other different opinion, you could definitely comment. I would love to talk about it with you guys. I am essentially trying to build community. All right, let's get into it. First thing, don't perfect the start. This is very dangerous for those who feel like the first thing they need to put out into the world that has their signature on it has to be perfect. That is literally stopping you. One real quick way to think about it is, how are you to perfect something you never did? Another way of thinking is, you can't. You can't perfect something you haven't done. Your first time doing anything was not perfect. Your first time breathing, your first time walking, your first time kissing someone. None of that was perfect. None of it. If you have never kissed someone, the first time you Googled how to kiss someone is the example I'm trying to use, because you didn't know what you were doing. You had to Google it. I had to Google it. That's the only reason I know. Anyway, don't let being perfect stop you from attempting to achieve something, because that's literally going to prevent you from ever getting to the point that you need in order to grow to that perfectness of where you're trying to be. All right. Second thing, everyone thinks that the hardest part of content creation is starting. It's the consistency. Consistency is definitely the hardest part of content creation. Why? People start something and it's the excitement of starting it that keeps them going probably about halfway, and then it gets boring. Stay consistent, please. The excitement you felt when you started is the same excitement you're gonna feel when you get 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the line, and you're just like, gosh, damn, I'm glad I started this. Consistency is so hard because there's so many things that could throw us off, derail us. It could be real life things, family things, work things, financial things. There's a reason you started this. It takes you reminding yourself every day, tatted on your fucking forehead. Don't get a tattoo on your forehead if you hadn't already planned on getting a tattoo on your forehead. But just write it down every day somewhere where you remind yourself, why did you want to start? Did you want to start for financial reasons? Did you want to start out of passion? Did you want to start a business? Whatever it may be, remind yourself of that start. Remain consistent, because it will pay off in the long run and you will love yourself tenfold for it. I promise you. The third thing that I realized about being a content creator is that you have to prepare for unforeseen circumstances. Here's a great example of how to do that. Scheduling your content and batch making your content are 2 game changers when it comes to combating unforeseen circumstances. And that applies to things we can't control, things that happens around us, because as individuals, as humans, all we can control is ourselves. But there's things around us that has input on our lives that we have no control over. You could be going through a breakup, you could have just lost your job. That falls into so many categories: broken equipment, or you just lost the passion. Prepare for unforeseen circumstances. Batch make content 3, 4, 5, 6 videos in advance. Schedule them. When you schedule them, make sure you're time blocking in order to do that again for the next batch. Okay, you could do this for 1 week. In that week, and this is how you make a solid schedule. Start your content creation or whatever your business is, start it out and monitor yourself for 1 week. Monitor your behavior and what you do, write it down. After that week, go back over the results that you wrote down. Build a schedule around your optimized productiveness from that week. All right, that will give you your baseline scheduling, and it will only get better as you continue to use it. Game changer. All right, if you got this far in the video, please comment game changer. If you comment game changer, it lets me know that you are very serious about wanting to blow up with this, whether it's just for the videos, whether it's for fun, whether it's for finances. It lets me know that I'm in the right area of people and that I need to keep in contact with you people. So please comment game changer if you gotten this far. All right, fourth one, be true to your art/self. People start doing content and they start finding out what's trending and what's popular, and it's not exactly what they really were passionate about when they first started, but they steer towards it a little bit. And a few weeks, few months down the line, you kind of realize you're not even doing what you truly wanted to start doing. And therefore the passion maintenance there is neglected. You cannot maintain your passion for something if you stop doing that something. It's very important to make sure you stay true to yourself, because when you find yourself doing something that is not exactly what you want to be doing, but it was popular at the time, and you did it and you put that effort in, it's a lot like having a job that you don't like, that you get paid less for, and got to put more work in for. And chances is that you started making content because you was already working a job that paid you. Probably not as much as you would like, but it already paid you and you were already doing things that you probably didn't really enjoy. Imagine starting a journey for a business that you're passionate for and you change your focus just far enough to get the true focal point out of focus, out of your eyesight, out of your peripheral. And now you're going full speed down a different direction and you get lost somewhere in that direction. You're just like, what am I doing? You don't want to end up in that state, because that's where a lot of people actually decide to stop doing what they started, between consistency and the loss of passion behind what they're doing. All right. I broke my finger hooping. Don't look at it too long. There's a reason why I stuck to football. I wanted to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. That's why I was just focused on speed running through the type of points. But honestly, this last point, this one is such a game changer to me. It's changed a lot for me. And when I watch and study these other content creators, when you see how evident the benefit is from them doing this next step, game changer. Again, if you got this far, that means you are serious about changing your life, starting your business, upkeeping your passion, and you trying to be a boss, whether it's a boss of yourself or other people. Comment game changer, you got this far. Boom. Next step, find like-minded people. Find like-minded individuals, groups, whatever, communities. When I tell you there's something transformative about being surrounded by people and being in an atmosphere of those who are talking about things you want to talk about, who are thinking about things you want to talk about, and who are doing things that you want to do. Either you join up with these people if you feel confident enough to be at that stage where you work alongside of these people, or you sit down and you study them. There are universities, almost literally universities on YouTube of people who are most likely doing something as niche as being a honeybee yo-yo juggler. I never looked that up, but I'm sure if I look it up, something will pop up. If that's your bag, there's someone on YouTube or on the internet, someone who wrote a book who's done something very similar, and they already started where you're starting now, and they have written it down for you to study it, learn from it. I'm learning from these guys who are 2 years older and younger than me, but they've been doing it for 6+ years. I'll be a fool to not take the foundation that they're laying and literally putting out free game for people to pick up on. You know how foolish it would be for you to feel like you have this imposter syndrome for following the blueprints that someone purposely laid out for you? You gotta tap in with these people. Either you wanna work with them or learn from them, but there's nothing but benefits that comes from working with like-minded individuals, learning from like-minded individuals, hearing from like-minded individuals, researching like-minded individuals. There's nothing but benefits, because when I tell you, commenting on this video, game changer, builds the community of people that I am looking for, a very specific type of community. I'm looking for people who have an undeniable passion for something that they want to pursue, and they have the idea to pursue it. All you need is the idea to start. Work ethic and the ability comes as you go, as long as you don't stop. Get around people who's trying to chase the bag just like you. If you try and get to that bag and you find people who's doing the same thing, but they just started, or they started last year, or they've been doing it for 10 years and they dropping blueprints for people online, bro, you better join that class. Because at the end of the day, they gotta eat. They gonna create. No question about it. Tap in. Love y'all.